me to the rescue. Here I
I've been trying to get back into running at least a mile a day. Conveniently, 1 mile stops right at this kind of intersection, and then there's, you know, live music and stuff. So it's always a cool little vibe. A nice light at the end of the tunnel, and then I do like a brisk walk back. So I mean, in total, it's like 2 miles and some change. It seems like it takes a whole mile of me walking back to even like start to relax. So yeah, it took me a while. I was maybe like, I guess there's no maybe about it. I was definitely scared to run for a little while, just based off of what all the doctors were saying, especially with certain types of heart failure. ARVC, you definitely is like a bigger risk to go for a run or do any type of exercise, especially like I like to sprint between stop signs, and that's definitely bad for any type of genetic mutation, disease, whatever. So I've been scared to run for quite a while. Like I said before, I completely stopped all activity at the beginning of the diagnosis. I left the martial arts gym completely. I stopped going to the gym completely, like just to do like weight training and stuff. And I religiously used to run a couple miles every single day. It'd be rare for me not to run. Completely stopped that as well. Just obviously just terrified. But then I was like talking to people, reading forums all night, every night, just trying to like, I don't know, I guess looking for like one little success story, one needle in the haystack of just somebody that said, oh yeah, I got diagnosed with heart failure, or I got diagnosed with ARVC, and guess what? I still run every day. But to be honest, I couldn't really find that guy. So as of right now, I guess I'm just going to be that guy. Obviously, it's up in the air as far as what my actual diagnosis is. But something's definitely wrong. Like even right now, you know, if you listen to your body at all, like I'm just not functioning on, you know, all 8 cylinders right now. A little lightheaded right now on the walk back. On the way here, I ate 1 banana and like 1 carton of raspberries, and I drank 1 full water and like a little bit of a Powerade Zero. So I mean, just trying to like get the body full of a bunch of good stuff before I go for these runs, just to kind of cancel out any possibilities. Being back up with the wife, she starts to walk from the beginning, and when I turn around, we usually like meet back up halfway. But I got the genetic testing back the other day, and I'm gonna have to put the actual like genetic mutations into the description because I don't remember them off the top of my head. But there were 2 genetic, I guess, mutations. This is the rest of like a water and a little more Powerade Zero. Take a swig of that. Definitely staying as hydrated as possible. Anywho, the 2 genetic mutations that came back, one was related to high blood pressure. The other one was related to like some type of like potassium, some type of like male, what is it called? Male fertility thing. but it was heavily on the like some type of potassium problem. But I've done a bunch of research on both genetic mutations, and it's kind of confusing, I would say. But all I do know is that the people from the genetic screening place said that it was still up in the air if it was pointing towards ARVC or not. But weirdly, they were saying that they don't think that these two genetic mutations were related to like how I feel on a day-to-day basis, which is interesting because like I don't know if they were filled in all the way or not, but the potassium problem would for sure be heavily related into my PVC issue, because PVC, like I can on a day-to-day basis I can kind of manage my PVC burden by picking up or putting down my potassium levels, my magnesium levels, my sodium levels. So I mean, any type of electrolyte problem would I would just think that it would be related to how I feel on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, I'm going to put both of those genetic mutations in the description, and if you know anything about them at all, shoot a comment on it, because that's kind of where I got a little lost with all of this. Yeah, I'll put my email in there. If somebody knows a little something about it, we can talk via email or something, whatever's easiest. In 2 days, I go for a chest x-ray at UF Health to take a look at my coronary artery. And then with the coronary artery x-ray or whatever test they're doing to take a look at the coronary artery, and then with the results from my genetics test, the doctor at UF Health should have some type of game plan for what's next. The genetics screening place said that if I wanted, I could do a further examination and look at the like chromosomes or something, and I did elect to do that. So I guess we're just waiting on insurance to kind of either accept or deny the follow-up test in genetics, and then the chest x-ray in a couple of days, and then I go to see my urologist in a little less than a month as well. So 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's the end of this month, the 30th, I think.
Oh, okay. So 2 weeks. So I would say we're maybe like, really optimistically speaking, maybe like a month out from having an actual diagnosis now. Obviously it's crazy. I got diagnosed with right-sided heart failure, and now that's up in the air. And then I got diagnosed with ARVD, which now that's kind of up in the air. And then I got diagnosed with ARVC. Now that's kind of up in the air. It's very frustrating. It's on my mind all day, every single day, and it definitely like takes up a lot of my my mental on a day-to-day basis, and it sucks. But yeah, optimistically, we're about a month out. I guess that you could say I'm getting a little rebellious. Kind of stopped taking the doctor's advice, at least for physical activity here lately. Because the DASH diet that I've been on has been seemingly the only thing through this whole process that has helped or made a change at all. And the doctor advised me not to do that. So, I mean, I'm just, I guess, being a little rebellious with these runs, and eventually going to start going back to the gym on a day-to-day basis, and hopefully that goes well. But as far as today, I know it's been a week since the last update, and we were just waiting on genetic testing. So now we have that. So I don't know. I guess I'll check back in another week, because we should have the chest x-ray results and then we can talk about that. So, yeah, that's nice. Oh, and the little dog. Wow. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you there. And please, if you have any knowledge on genetic testing related to ARVC, heart failure, anything, any of the above, really, because it's still all up in the air. It could be something completely not discussed yet. Yeah, I'm tired of just kind of like constantly looking at heart failure forums and like genetic heart disease forums. So I'd rather just have some open dialogue with other people that are in the space. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, and I guess I'll see you next week on the next update. Peace. Also, on a brighter note, no pun intended, I feel like just getting out in the sunshine and just kind of getting some natural vitamins and whatever. Maybe go put your feet in the salt water is also really good medicine. At least for the soul. Because I mean, going through all of this stuff, your soul's gonna feel a little drained. You're gonna feel like unmotivated, depressed, all that stuff. So I mean, all these natural vitamins out here definitely help counteract the low days. So try that if you haven't tried it yet. Just get outside, put your feet on the ground, take your shoes, socks off, go put your feet in the grass, in the sand, in the salt water, whatever. The other thing that I want to point out is that whenever I'm running, my heart rate gets up to like 140 pretty normally. Depending on how hard I'm running, 130, 140. And then when I walk, it's like 100. And then if I stop walking, like abrupt stop, my heart rate will drop to like 50, and I'll have a bunch of PVCs. And it'll take a little while for my heart to like snap back, like a little longer than normal. That's why I actually passed out after my stress test, because I just stopped abruptly and I had a PVC attack at the wrong time and I passed out. So that's kind of what's going on with the runs and walks. That's what keeps it a little on the dangerous side, but I'm trying to push through it. And just hope for the best, because I feel like constantly moving and staying active and keeping my heart pumping and working out is better than the alternative of not moving and keeping my heart going. That's just what I feel. That's I guess you could say my intuition is telling me. But even like whenever we were walking back, my wife stopped to like fix her hair, and I stopped abruptly and just sitting there waiting for her to fix her hair. I felt my blood pressure drop and my PVCs pick up. So I mean, that's just kind of daily life though. I've been trying to navigate that. So I mean, just trying new things. But yeah, appreciate you staying to the end of the video. Sure does mean a lot. I mean, it's weird times. But another person commented actually and pointed something out, because I've always had a problem with going to doctors, specifically heart doctors, because they kind of write you off because you're young and supposedly healthy, or at least appear healthy. And somebody commented saying that it's the healthy ones that you should put under a microscope when they come to you, because they're a little more in tuned with their health, because they pay attention to these things. And that just made a lot of sense to me, because I've taken care of myself and I've paid attention to myself and what my body's telling me for so long now, that that's what has led me to cardiologists and all these other specialist doctors and everything. It's because I'm sitting down and taking note of what is going on in my body so I can catch something when it happens. because I have a baseline health of a good diet, good exercise, good cardio. I have a baseline that is very healthy. So I can notice when there's like a blip in the line. Like I'm baseline, and then all of a sudden I'm having all these rough patches. I'm more in tune to that than if I were smoking cigarettes all the time, smoking vape all the time, drinking alcohol, you know, eating a terrible diet, not exercising. You know, there's more room for like blips in the radar. Like way back in the day when I used to drink caffeine, smoke nicotine, whatever, way back in the day, coming on like 5 or 6 years now. I would feel crazy, but I would like brush it off, because I'd be like, obviously something like this is gonna come with the territory of being on the more unhealthy side. So that just made a lot of sense to me, and it opened my eyes to a bunch. So yeah, like you definitely should pay more attention to the healthy people, because they are more in tune with what's going on. Anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping and go get to work on some boats, to be honest. I gotta fix my other truck. I got a couple skiffs in the garage. I gotta get another garage for a third skiff to work on right now. So there's a lot in motion going on at the family compound. So yeah, beautiful day out though. Get outside and stay hydrated, I guess. I don't know, you know. Peace.